Welcome home. Here, pain turns into wisdom. Here, questions turn into clarity. And here, women turn words into change. We are excited to have you here every Fridays at 3 p.m. So, get comfortable. The journey is about to start.
When we say we are women, we mean that we are brave, we are strong, we are capable, we are unique, we are woman to woman.
Good afternoon, South Africa. Good afternoon, Africa. Good afternoon, Togo.
Good afternoon, Marsha, and good afternoon to our viewers.
We must say that after the month of August, we are also courageous.
Yes.
Isn't that?
We are.
And we are going to prove that again, because today's show is against all odds. And we're literally saying against it all. So I wanted to dedicate the program of today to those of you who may going through problems or situations which you don't see the ending result. At least you don't see anything positive. But we are going to show to you that it is possible. We have the secret. And we are going to share with you, not alone today, because we welcome 5 beautiful girls to the studio today. Good afternoon to you, ladies.
Afternoon.
Soon you're going to find out what they are doing here. And they are going to show to you that though different circumstances, the essence is the same.
Yes.
There is a way to overcome it all.
Yeah, and you know, as you said, different circumstances, because we all go through challenges, but challenges are always different. But the main thing is not the challenge you are going through, it's how you react to the challenge and what you do about it. Because other people, they just sit down, I have a challenge, that's it. It's like they give up on life. So today we are showing them that you don't need to give up on life. People have been through there and they will show you how they overcame.
And we are going to prove today if this word that I'm going to share with you is true or not. Our reflection is in the book of Isaiah 40, 28, 29, and we read, "Have you not known? Have you not heard? The everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, neither faints nor is weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the weak, and to those who have no mighty, he increases strength." So if you are the kind of person who's going through a situation and you are weary, you are hopeless, you don't know what to do, be sure of one thing. Have you not known it? That our God gives power to the weak, so you are the best candidate to overcome it all and against all odds. To prove you that, we are going to share a little bit of this story. Why they're here today, Toko? Let us tell them.
Yes. Today they are here to share with us their different kinds of stories, their journeys actually. So we would like you to hear from them instead of hearing from us. They will tell it, you will hear from the horse's mouth.
Just to, give you a little bit of insight, they are the 5 winners of the competition of the Victory Youth Group that landed them to visit the Temple of Solomon in Brazil. Right or wrong, girls?
Yes.
But you're going to understand if everything was so easy as a
And
bed of
smooth.
roses, smoothie as it may seem.
Actually, even roses have thorns.
Yes, I think they got some. So let us understand how did it all start.
Competition, the winners will receive an airplane ticket with everything included to the Temple of Solomon.
That was the moment everything changed. The chance to step into the Temple of Solomon. From the very first audition to the toughest battles on stage, they've poured out their hearts into every move. It hasn't been easy, but every step has led them here. A dream finally within reach.
Now we're going to find out from you, was that very easy?
No.
Give us the backstage.
Oh, it was not. The journey was not easy because we didn't believe that we're gonna go to the Temple of Solomon. And when first announced about the competition, we were like, okay, it's fine. We are far. People of holy ground are the one who's gonna win. We are far, so we didn't believe that we're gonna win.
So the three of you, Praetorians, did the double Dutch challenge.
Yes.
What was the main challenge that you had?
I think the main challenge was actually getting to know how to do the double Dutch.
You guys didn't know?
The problem is we're used to one rope, so now we need to get used to jumping two ropes at the same time. And that took hours. But even after the legs being painful, we eventually got.
So I heard you had some setbacks. There was someone in the team who just decided to quit. Who was the last comer to the team?
She was the last.
How long did you have to learn?
I came when they haven't started practicing for a long time, so I just came in. We were 4. So when we came in, we were all practicing, the 4 of us. And then now...
you were 4
We were 4. And then now, that's when we read the guidelines that we need 3 people for the double Dutch. Then we sat down, we're like, okay, what are we gonna do now? Who's going, who's not? But then we sent the video of 4 people. And then we just sent the pastor a message saying we are 4 in the video, even though you need 3. Then we didn't choose who's gonna stay behind, but she just withdrew.
Who got hurt?
I did.
Oh.
Yes, so I injured my ankle during the practice.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
exactly what you need the most for double Dutch.
Exactly. So it got swollen until the day of the competition.
And
So
how
I-
it was healed?
I definitely prayed. I did pray for my ankle. I had my team members also giving me a massage just before the competition, making sure that my ankle is fine and I can be able to manage to skip. So yes, I had everyone in my
I
team.
have a question. Did you 3 truly believe that you would make to the end? What was the expectation before the competition day?
Before the competition, I would say we were very nervous. We were very, very nervous, especially when we were told that we need to be at Holy Ground the next day for the competition. And day before, we really didn't have time to practice because we all had things to do. So like, okay, guys, since the event is starting at 11 o'clock, let's make time to arrive there earlier. So we arrived, I think, 8 o'clock, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, we arrived 8 o'clock and then we just started practicing at the basement. And then that is where Sigupi was like, guys, I can't do 2 moves because my leg is injured. So that is when we added other moves to the double Dutch on the last day.
On the day?
Yes,
On the day.
Now, you were the winner of the spelling bee. What were the challenges for you? Because I know you are from African.
Yes, I am.
You came alone.
I came alone, yes. Actually, before, like, the like challenges that I had, it was because I don't like when I talk like people like looking at me and like all of that. I didn't like that.
Crowds.
Yes,
You have
crowds.
Yeah, there were
Crowds.
just 20,000 in Soweto, not
Crowds were
many.
just opposite. So when my coordinator told us that there's a competition, and also like the prize it is to go to Brazil to the Temple of Solomon, I said it in my heart. I was like, whatever that I have to do, I will do. Whatever that I have to do, I will do. Whether it is the double Dutch or whether it is the Bible quiz, I will do. And then it was me and one youth. And then we like practiced just to see whether him or me. So that time we practiced the whole day, starting from morning until very late. And even my coordinator stayed with me alone. We were just, the two of us, we were like practicing. And then that time it was when I had to be online and like compete. It's the first round. Yes, and then I was so nervous.
Did you believe you would get to Soweto?
I was like praying for it.
You were praying?
Yes, I was praying for because I wanted to know that what is it that like people are like talking about this much. Yes, I just wanted to know that. And that night when I went on the live and like competed, I got a lot of things wrong, a lot of words wrong. I got a lot of words wrong. And I think I got like 2 words right. One word, it was only 1 point, and the other one, it was 10 points. So yes. And my friend, she was doing the Bible quiz, the same church. Is my friend. She's also a mentor. She was doing the Bible quiz, and then we came to the Mega Help to like compete and all that. The challenges.
I wanted to know what were the challenges also, personally, that you had to make it possible to come all the way from Mafeking to Soweto. Because the competition had its rules.
Yes.
They had to be in Soweto.
They had to, yeah.
And of course, they had to come on their own. They had to find their own ways, means
like
to
traveling, coming this side. Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, the means, I did not have the means to do that, but thankfully assistants helped to like offer us like transport to and from. So those were the challenges. And
so the assistants were giving support to have a representative from Mafeking.
Yeah.
How was for you, all the way from Bloemfontein?
Yes, Miss Marsh. It's funny how I was interested in the double Dutch and things didn't go as planned. And then I asked, okay, I can do the Bible quiz. And then I remember sitting at home, I was like, after the pastor told us the prizes and everything, I remember sitting at home and thinking to myself, like, Lord, I would really like to go to the temple. And the following day, I didn't have a passport. The following day, I went to the Home Affairs and to do my passport. Funny how I didn't yet participate on the online competition because in Free State, I had to go against Qwaqwa and Velcom. So it was before, and then I remember going to the Home Affairs alone praying, it's like, my God, I would really like to go to the temple. And then they gave us like a message. And then I remember going to the church in the afternoon. I was like, my God, this is my faith. I really would like to go to the temple. I haven't yet participated online. I had no guarantee that I'll come to the grounds to participate provincially. Then I was like, my God, this is my faith. And every day I used to pray with that message. It's like, your passport it's like you already done the arrangements for the passport. You just have to wait for your passport. And every day I used to pray with that SMS, like, my God, I really like to go to the temple. I really like to go to the temple. And then the day of the competition online came, my phone broke. I had no means for me to connect. And then I was in town And then I went to people who's going to like help me. Can you help me fix my phone? Then they said yes. And then later on, they found like the motherboard of my phone died.
That's bad.
So yes, Miss Toga. And then I was like, how am I gonna participate? Because I don't have any other like electronic that I'm going to participate with. And then I took out my SIM card and then I asked my friend to help me with her phone, praying because the communication was via like the app. I was just praying if they could call my phone so that I can answer and then explain everything so that they can send the link for the competition. And then the time of the competition came for me to connect. The network in Bloem was not on our side at all.
A lot of obstacles.
Yes, because I was asked to connect prior to the online.
Online competition.
Yes, and then I remember we were trying so hard for us to connect. I was like, and it's already past 7 because I was supposed to connect before 7. It was already past 7, 7:15. Then I remember just closing my eyes because like there were people helping me. I remember just closing my eyes. I was like, my God, please help this network. And then I think it was 7:20 whereby I was like able to connect. So that was like the challenges that I faced before I got to the grounds.
Sure.
So in those moments, there was uncertainty if you would make it, or all of you were sure you would make it?
Not at all, Miss Marcia.
I think they were sure they were not making it.
Yeah.
Not at all. For me, I saw my competitors because I was part of the last group that were connected, participating. And then I saw my competitors, how tough and intense the Bible quiz was, because I always like every Sunday I'd make sure that I connect to see, okay, who's my competitors. And for me, that was one of the biggest things, like, okay, I'll be going against these people. I'm like, okay.
So ladies, how was the feeling? How was the vibe for the day of the mega help there in Soweto? Because, you know, when there is this kind of big event, there are those mixed feelings, you know, the anxiety kicking in and everything that you are feeling. How was it for you?
Well, for me, it was nerve-wracking. I couldn't even eat that day. I couldn't even eat. And then when we were called on the stage for us to like compete, I got most answers wrong. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And then I paused for a moment as I have to pray here. I have to like pray here. I made a short prayer. I was like, I have to calm down. I have to calm down. And then the last word, the bonus word was then said. And when I heard that word,
so let us understand. During the first words, you were not doing all right.
Yeah, she got most of the words wrong.
So there were people in points ahead of you.
Yes, a lot of them, yes. So when I heard the bonus point, the bonus word, I was like, okay, this word, I know it because I was practicing it the night before.
Oh.
The night before.
Do you remember the word?
I remembered the word, and even I would remember that I was like practicing with my
I remember it was a huge word that even to read was difficult.
Yes, I was like practicing it with my cousin, and he was like, calm down, because I have to remember the whole word.
Yeah, because it's a big...
yes. I was like, I know this word, but I have to calm down first because I can't miss even one letter. I then wrote it down slowly. I wrote it down. I made sure that every single letter...
Do you remember the word now?
I don't.
So you practice it just for that day, then now you don't remember anything?
I don't remember all of it. Yes, and when I wrote it down slowly, before I could like show to them that I got it, I made sure that every single letter, I got it right.
They were good 25 to 30 letters, isn't that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also,
long.
I was like looking at the other youth that were with me there on the stage. And I saw that this lady from the holy ground was like ahead of me. I was like, And then they checked my word. Actually, the three of them checked my word. Three of them checked my word. If it was correct, and I was the only one that got it correct.
Wow.
I was the only one that got it correct. And then after that, they said that we should leave the stage. I was shaking, literally shaking. And also like the others were like, no, calm down. You have won today. You have won. I was in shock that, okay, I really won.
You made it.
Before they could announce the winner, I knew that I won, but I was in shock still. I was still in shock.
You couldn't believe that you would have made it.
Yes, I was like, oh my God, really? It has happened.
Who else was nerve-wracking, especially when you see the competitors?
Yo, I was nervous. I was very nervous. And like they were trying to calm me down. I'm like, yo guys, we are just sitting here. They are even stretching. We are sitting down. And like we look at their robes, they are fresh new robes. And then I'm like,
And ours was very old.
What was the feeling when you saw the other groups performing? I mean, competing.
We were like, this is ours. We were confident that this is ours.
You were sure you were gonna make it.
We were sure because we also have the other dance. The other dance moved. We prefer the other dance move. So we were not. When they were performing, we were like, it was ours.
We've got this.
We got this.
All the three of you.
Yes. Plus, we were the second last. So we were able
when
to
you
see.
saw
others-
Yeah, I think because they
Yes.
saw others the way they performed,
Yes,
then they told
that
themselves,
helped a lot.
okay, we are almost at the end, then we will do it.
Even the people from PTA were calling us, you guys won, don't worry. This is yours. You guys won, don't worry.
Hi, my name is Raquel, and I was part of the Double Dutch team that came from Cape Town on the day. Our experience before that was we were trying to get into Double Dutch. We didn't know much about it. And one thing I can say, it is not easy. The activity looks fun, looks nice, entertaining, but it is not easy. And we figured that out. We tried to train as often as we could. With one rope we could do it, but when the second one would come in, it was very difficult. Once we were told that we were one of the groups that were selected to come to Holy Ground to participate in the competition, we were very happy, we were excited, and we pushed harder than we could. When we arrived like, okay, we have to win, we have to win, we have to win. I don't think anybody came with the mentality that we are gonna lose. When we arrived, we got to know the competition, we scouted out, we saw there were people practicing their words, there were people practicing the Bible, quiz questions, and we met some of the Double Dutch teams, and we were teasing each other, mentioning, no guys, you can go home, we're gonna win. It was all fun and games, but we all wanted to win. In the end, we went onto the stage. The moment we went onto the stage, I feel like every team did very well. But it was at the moment when the winning team went on stage, we were all kind of like, okay, let's see how they do. And when they started their performance, already we were like blown away because it was very interesting, it was catchy. And but we were like, now we can compete with this. We still got this. I feel like when the third rope came in, because in double Dutch it's already hard with two. When she managed to come in with the third rope, I was like, okay, it's fine, it's okay. If they win this, I'm not even mad. This is appropriate. They showed that they really practiced, they worked hard, And the competition was so fierce, but when they did that, I was like, okay, yeah, no, congratulations if they did win. And I remember when the announcement for the winner was coming, and they were announced, Pretoria was announced as the winner. I was sad, but I was very happy for them because they really went above and beyond. They really took it to another level. There was nothing that was stopping them, and I'm very proud of them.
And I remember, because the performance, you make mistakes.
Yes, we did.
How did you feel in that moment, that things were not working the way you thought?
We made it before we were practicing at the basement. We made a thing. When we are doing mistakes, we're gonna do this to make the mistake less like. Yes,
To be part of the choreography.
We made a move that because we know that we're gonna make mistakes.
Yes.
So we made a move just to call the attention of other people. Then yes.
So they thought it's part of the dance. It's not a mistake.
So
You
let's
covered
say
it
the
up.
rope just.
So judges, now you came to the reality
That was nice.
that you have been somehow deceived.
believe the
It
rope
was
is-
not part of the choreography, it was part of the excuse for the mistake.
Actually, you know, this is what people say, that even when you are singing, I've heard people saying that when you make a mistake, you don't stop. Just go, you know, just flow. People won't even notice that you have made a mistake. The problem is that thing of stopping, then you change your face, those gestures, and people, they are like, oh, she made a mistake.
So every time we make mistake, we're gonna
But
dance.
I know the judges were from school, so they are used
to that.
with this competition. Somehow they knew that something was not as perfect.
Yeah.
However, they also probably appreciate
And
the
also
fact that
for-
they're creative.
And exactly my word, exactly,
Yeah.
Miss M, because people were not looking for perfection.
No.
And you were creative, as Miss Masa is saying here. Creativity was
Because
the
we
best
had
thing.
judges from universities and schools in Johannesburg who were giving the grades to the competitors. So they are used to this kind of exercise. I would not be able to judge what was right or wrong, but they
Makes the two
are.
of us.
They are skilled. And probably they knew that you were trying, at least to
And-
cover up for the mistakes.
And I think they also have dealt with such, né?
Yeah.
Since they work with that.
So when you arrived from African and you started, you were not sure you would make it because things were getting wrong.
Yes.
You ladies were sure. But what is the anxiety mode until you hear that you are the winners?
The time when PJ said, "Where's Tembisa?" I was like, "Oh, Tembisa they won." Tembisa they won. And when PJ said, "It's okay, they went because the winners are Pretoria," yo. I jumped like nobody's business. I even cried.
That's nice.
How was with you after so much work?
And so much challenges. Huh?
Yeah.
So for me, I was okay. Coming to the grounds, I was okay until I saw my competitors. Yes, until I saw my competitors, and then I recognized them because like I participated in the all of the online competition, and then I saw them. I saw how intense the questions are, how intense like the practice is, and then I remember going on stage. I was like, my God, I surrender. And then I remember the first question, I got it wrong. I was like, my God, because I had 3 competitors, like my biggest competitors, there were 3.
Were
And then-
scoring points.
Yes, and then 2 were like, I was in the middle of 2. Then I was like, oh my God. And then
No pressure.
and then I got the first question wrong.
What was the question?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember what was the question, and then I got it wrong. And then from question 2 to question 4, the one competitor got them all right. Actually, from question 1 to question 4, one of the competitors got it all right. Then I was like, it's okay. It's okay. And yeah, it's fine.
You consoled yourself.
Yes, I was like, it's okay. And then the last question came, And then that's when I was like, I was actually looking at that question, the answer before the competition. I didn't even know that it was going to be part of the question, but I was just looking at it. And then I was so nervous because when the question was asked, I was like, my God, I know the answer. I just have to remember within the time that I was given. So that's when the stress, I don't know, kicked in. I was like, I know the answer, but I don't remember what was happening. So it took like time for me to remember, but then eventually I got it.
Congratulations again, isn't that? Theory. How was?
One of the biggest challenges that I faced was that I was only left with one module to graduate, so I didn't do well in that module. And the first time I heard the bishop introducing and speaking about the competition, I was really excited, and I knew that, okay, the Bible quiz, no, it's not for me. And then the spelling bee, it's not for me. But I knew that because, I like being active, I was like, okay, let me give it a try. I want to participate in the double dutch. And then the moment I got my results, I was like, sure, now I have two big things that both need my attention. I was like, you know what, for now, I'm just going to put aside the competition. Let me focus on getting that one module right, because if I don't get it right, then I won't get the opportunity to graduate. So I remember I switched my mind completely off the competition. I was like, okay, now it's me and that module. I need to overcome that module so that I can still have a chance to participate. So I remember I went there, I wrote the module. And then the second time I wrote, the marks didn't come out the way I expected. So now I was stressed. I'm like, okay, I'm running out of time to practice for the competition. So now I have to go and write again for the last opportunity. And then I remember I made a prayer. I was like, my God, you know why this is happening. I remember I even cried on that day. I was like, my God, I want to participate, but there's this module that is keeping me behind. So I remember I went into the exam room. I was like, my God, it's now or never. It's either you answer or I won't be able to get a chance to participate. So I remember I went in the exam room and I wrote. And when I got out, I was like, my God, that paper was difficult, but I know you will answer me. You will do something. And time went by. And then I was like, okay, now I'm done with my exam. So what do I do now? Do I now shift my focus to focus on the competition, or should I just sit and wait for the results? So I was like, okay, because I'm stressed, let me just focus on the results. And then I think it was 3 weeks after I've written the exam, and then I got my marks. And then I passed the module. I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. Now I can be able to focus on the competition. Because in the beginning, honestly, I did have hope. I remember I told my family about it. They're like, yo, since you love being active so much, you can stand a chance to go to Brazil. And then I did have hope inside. And then I took part. And then I remember I had my grandmother, who is my biggest supporter. She's also an assistant. She was there praying together with me. I remember as well, on the day of the competition, we were very excited. I don't want to lie, I was excited, but a bit nervous, having to see our competitors, having to see them with their new robes. And we had a very old robe. I remember the night before, I was with my grandmother. We stayed up until 12 midnight. My grandmother was busy weaving the skipping rope together, because we had one thick one and one thin one. So we actually had a long, thin skipping rope where she cut it into three
to weave it together
so that it becomes as thick as the other one we had. Wow. And then I remember as she was weaving it together, she's like, my God, these skipping ropes.
She was praying.
She was praying as she was weaving, and she's like, these skipping ropes.
Granny
deserves to go to Brazil
yes, she does. I remember as she was weaving.
Congratulations indeed.
It's your victory as well.
Yeah. I remember as she was weaving the skipping rope, she's like, my God, these girls are going to win. Even if the skipping rope is not as neat and presentable as probably the other competitors' skipping ropes were, but I know that you can do it. You can do this for them. And then I remember on the day of the competition, as we woke up, we're like, ladies, we're opening a fast. So we opened a fast. We're like, my God, this competition, it's now or never. It's now or never.
Fasting and
yes. So we opened the fast on the morning of the competition. And we also consecrated ourselves. We consecrated the robes as well. We're like, my God, physically, yes, we may not be where we want to be, but spiritually, look at the effort that we put in spiritually. And I honestly believed inside that I know that God is watching, and I know that, you know what, we are going to make it. Even though, yes, it was nerve-wracking seeing the competitors, especially the Cape fam. The Cape fam, they were really intimidating.
Yeah.
I don't want to lie. I remember one of them was like, don't you want to go home? Because this is ours.
Yes.
We were like, oh my goodness. Yes, they were intimidating us. And then I remember before the competition, PJ just spoke to us. She's like, okay. He was like, I saw your guys' video, and I literally think that you guys have a chance on taking the tickets home. And then I was like, you know, I remembered what my grandmother said as well. She said that this is ours. And then on the stage, I remember before, we literally held hands together, the three of us with the robes. We're like, my God, help us. I also had an injury on my ankle during the practice. I was like, my God, please just numb the pain for now so that I can go on stage and just, you know, participate so that I don't let my teammates down, because we already had that hope that we would go home with the tickets. So yes.
Do you, all of you, remember? Can I call it emotion?
Yes, you can.
You know, the excitement.
Yeah, being emotional about it.
Tension of the moment of the announcement. Can you recall now as if it was that day?
Yes.
Anyway, we are going to give a chance to our viewers to be part of that moment and to feel the tension and the announcement, where is Tembisa? That they have been through.
Let's take you back to relive that unforgettable moment.
The winner of the Bible quiz goes to the Free State Bloemfontein! The winner of the Spelling Bee competition goes to Northwest Mafeking. How does it feel? How does it feel? There's no words. In the Double Dutch, the winners are Pretoria.
Hi, my name is Albertine. So I remember when I was asked to organize the words for the Spelling Bee competition. All right, I was very excited. You know, I have a thing for words, so I was really excited. And I remember when I was typing the words and classifying them according to their difficulty level. So we had easy, medium, and difficult. So okay, on the days that we would have our Spelling Bee competitions, so basically we would prepare the contestants beforehand. And I remember on the Spelling Bee lives, people were complaining in the comment section about how difficult the words were. And I remember even sometimes when I would get messages from the presenters, from the hosts of Vibe O'Clock, telling me to change the words because they were too difficult. I remember on the day of the event, actually before the event, when we were compiling the words for the day, and I was wondering which words can we use, because for me, I don't know, but for me, I wanted this to be something worthwhile. It couldn't be easy. So whoever would win the competition really had to, you know that they did it. They had to know that they really worked hard for this moment. And so we compiled our words as normal, easy, medium, and hard. And we just decided to have like a bonus word on the side. We're not really gonna use it, but we just decided, just in case, let's have it. It was more of the, the deciding word. Anyone who got that word could literally, win the Spelling Bee. So on the day of the competition, when it was time for the Spelling Bee, and we had all our contestants on the stage, so we had our first round of the easy words. It was nice, it went smoothly. Then we had our medium medium words. They were okay. Then it came to the hard ones. I remember we had one word which was hard. I wasn't expecting anyone to get it. And then someone got it, and I think that's when we decided, okay, no, let's put the bonus word. Let's see who's really gonna get this one. So honestly, I was not expecting anyone to get it. I think we even got to a point where we said anyone who was closest to the word could literally win the competition. And then we gave that word, that difficult word. Actually, it's known as the longest word in the English dictionary. So it was a pneumono-ultra-microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. So that's the word that we used. And yeah, that was it. And surprisingly, there was one lady who got the word. Like, she got it. I was shocked, was really, really shocked. But she got it, and you know, you could see the joy in her eyes. You could really see the joy in her eyes. And I could say overall the whole experience, the whole event exceeded my expectations. It was wonderful, and it really was an honor to be part of the Spelling Bee competition. And yeah, it was great.
How was it for you? The moment that the winner was announced.
Sure. I was literally, I did not even know how to feel, because deep down I know that God has answered our prayer. And then now they announced it, since they also mentioned that it was Tembisa and Pretoria left. I was like, my God, please let us be number one so that we can be able to go. So I was really excited. I was happy. I felt so great, and I literally thanked God in my heart. I was like, my God, thank you so much. You answered our prayers. So it was a very joyful moment, yes.
Now, ladies, when everything was announced that you won, and you were still waiting for the date, because it wasn't immediately like announced, then next week you are leaving. Like, it was announced, then you had to wait. That moment of waiting and preparation, of course, when you are going to travel, you need to do preparations. How were the preparations? How was, those feelings, the emotions? Because we have emotions as human beings. Yes, we don't dwell on them, but we have those emotions. What were the feelings? How were you feeling? And for you, Piwe, your grandmother, when she heard that you have won, what was her reaction? Actually, I'm asking this question to everyone, but the grandmother, I need to put your grandmother into to the conversation, because she deserves that as well. Yeah.
Yes.
So how was it for all of you?
So as for having to now prepare everything, going back home, as they also heard, because they watched the competition online, and then they were like, yo, my grandmother was so overjoyed. She's like, I told you, God will never fail you. And then I was like, yo, Gogo, I remember that you said this and it happened. So she was really happy. All my family members were also happy. And then they're like, okay, now you're traveling again. This is literally a nice opportunity for you, because I also had a mini bucket list of the countries that I wanted to visit. Oh. So Brazil was amongst them. So I was like, okay, now I'm going to take this one. And then having to go there, and then to reapply for my passport again, to renew it.
It had expired.
Yes, it had expired. So I had to go again. And then I was really stressed, because we had a deadline so that we can be able to submit that everything was ready.
Yes.
And the Home Affairs, sometimes they take time.
They
I was really panicking. And we also had to go for the vaccine as well. So it was really overwhelming, honestly. Yeah. It was exciting, but mostly overwhelming, because I wanted to get everything as ready as I can before the date of the travel. Yes.
And the others?
Well, for me, I had like a problem with the passport, because the date that I thought that it would arrive, like, it did not arrive. I had to go there every day, up and down to the Home Affairs and check with. And also there was like a deadline for us, because they said that if we don't have this things by this time. And then the second runner-up I was like, I can't lose this. I can't lose this. I fasted, I prayed every single morning. I would go to Home Affairs. Like a week later, then I got it. And then that was the time that we were like told that the trip it would be by the end of March. That time, yes. Then we waited after more, and then the date changed also.
Now anxiety.
I was like, okay, let me just be patient, yes. And then, like, it was in June also, yes. And then they changed also end of July. I was like, what is going on? And then my mom was like, but you are going.
Yes,
You're going.
yes.
Don't worry about when is it, but you're going.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't stress about do not like stress yourself about the date and like all of that. Just know that you're going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any setbacks for the others?
For me, Miss Marsha, the preparation, I think the only challenge that I had was to get a vaccine, because we looked everywhere in Bloem. There was none.
Sure.
And then the pastor's wife was the one who helped me to get like the place where I had to get it. So that was the only thing, the only challenge that I faced. And again, it needed patience, because I remember my father used to ask me all the time, he's like, okay, end of March we are going. And then the date changed to June. And then I was like, okay, we are going June, yes. June will be gone. And then it changed again. I was like, I'll tell you when we leave. I'll just tell you. But then I knew that, the VYG will never disappoint us.
Yes,
They are faithful.
yes.
I just had to be patient.
But the funny thing is that your dad was the one who was more anxious than you. It's like he was the one traveling.
Yes, and he also like wanted to travel with me. He was like, there's no half price for parents at least. And then he was like excited. Both of my parents actually they was very excited and asking like, can we go with you? Can we go with you? And then like,
Oh, that's nice.
It was amazing. It's Miss Marsha.
And for you too?
I'd say for us, immediately after winning, we got a due date, and we did it the week after the competition. I think on a Tuesday. Was it on a Tuesday?
It was on Wednesday.
Wednesday? Yes, we want to do it with immediate effect. So we did the passports, then now we are
Of course,
stressing.
Pretoria, headquarters of everything.
Yes. So now, okay, we did the passports. I was happy because they didn't really take time. I think they took about 10 days.
That's where things are done.
10 days, yeah. And then now we were looking for a place to get our vaccine. And it was also not hard to find it as well.
Pretoria.
Of course, Pretoria is Pretoria.
You know? So now, okay, they are like, okay, you guys are leaving March month end. We prepare the clothes, we buy summer. Now the date is changing to June, winter. Prepare. Now that we're preparing, guys, changing again, July. We're like, guys, we'll just wait we'll just relax now, But like Kani said, it's all about patience.
Yeah.
It was really all about patience. But I think the only thing that was nerve-wracking was everyone just asking, guys, when are you going? When are you going? And we're like, guys, we're gonna go, don't worry. So
You know why it was very special? Because they would go with a smaller group. Then it changed to June. And then it was the decision of taking them with the pastors
yes.
from all over the world to pray for our people in the temple.
True.
So as a matter of fact, you guys were not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Because it was for the pastors,
pastors.
representing the countries.
that was our shock, actually, when we got to the airport. We were like, how is everyone? So we were just saying, okay, so we're with the pastors. Oh, we are the children here.
We are the children.
So let us see, how was this day? Because we have everything on records.
ladies, where we at?
There ain't no stopping us.
First reactions. They're concentrating.
It really is a blessing to be here. The same way that we are representing South Africa right now, we are going to take back the blessings to South Africa to be able to bring a transformation inside of the lives of our people.
I'm so glad depression is gone. I'm so glad. I know what you're going through, so let me tell you what to do. I'm so glad the anger is gone. I'm so glad. I don't know what you're going through, so let me tell you what to do. I don't know what you're going through, so let me tell you what to do.
So after so many challenges, setbacks, anxiety, and weight, you have arrived in Brazil. Of course, you were surrounded by pastors from all over the world. And that question, what are we doing here? Isn't that?
Yes.
But God had prepared that. The youngest of the groups coming from South Africa, what were the lessons? I want one experience or one lesson from each one of you.
The lesson that I got from there is the holiness of everything. The like Levites, the way that they treat everyone, and also it just made me like realize that every single thing, the doors, the gates, every single thing, it has a meaning to it. And also, there is also a Bible verse having like a reference to everything. So that like made me realize that every single thing that God does, He does it for a valid reason. He doesn't just do, but He does it for a very good reason. That is what I got.
A lesson that I took for myself was what Miss Christian was talking about in the morning meditation. She highlighted what she spoke about in the love therapy, which was the subject of complacency. Yes, complacency. So as she explained, I remember she also emphasized as well that once someone has have a relationship with the Lord Jesus, and sometimes we do allow the spirit of complacency to be inside of us, thinking that, okay, now since I know who God is, then there's nothing more I need to do, forgetting that we need to keep maintaining our relationship with God, because if we keep being complacent inside, we will reach stagnation, and automatically it will make us be far from God. So that is the key thing that I took from the trip, and which I do make sure that I reflect upon it each and every time, that how am I being complacent? So it's a moment of reflection all the time. So yes.
For myself, I can say that the first time that I laid my foot in the Temple of Solomon, I was like, wow, the holiness of and also there was one flag, because we have 150 flags that symbolize the universal church in the whole countries, but the one was for the Lord Jesus as the peace. Yes, and when you receive God, also you receive peace, the genuine peace, not the peace from the world of saying I received a job or I received something, but the genuine peace that will last forever, no matter what.
So seeing the temple for the first time, it was quite amazing. Setting foot there, the environment there, and how everyone is just welcoming, even though they don't know us. It's really beautiful. I liked the touring, how we saw a physical description of the Bible, the tabernacle, the promised land. Everything was just so beautifully made. And, you know, reading the Bible, you can read, you can meditate, but it was different because now you got to see how everything is.
You understand.
Yes, you get to understand. I also like the fact that there were different pastors and pastors' wives from different countries. Though we are in different places, we are all coming in one faith. That was just beautiful, and I loved that. Going to the FJU, it was
another experience.
And my favorite highlight from how the temple is built, there's a Bible verse, I think on 2 Kings, it talks about how the Lord will make you a pillar in his house. And while they were explaining about the temple, they said in two of the pillars actually in front, they have the names of the members. You know, when you write and then they tell you that these names are going to be taken to the temple, they were actually putting those names on the pillars to make it to become the pillar of the house. And it is just beautiful, you know.
Now,
last but not least.
For me, they explained everything, you know, regarding the temple. It was just wonderful. And for me, what stood out the most was the church, Psalm 91, how everything that when God has a purpose regarding something, how opposition will come at the end of the day, the Lord's will, the purpose of God will be fulfilled. Because I was listening to the bishop when he was explaining how the church came about. And in my mind, I was like, you know, God is amazing, truly. Like how many police stations, how many police stations they passed just to be in the police station, the address?
91.
Oh, yes, 191.
Yes.
Exactly. How everything just blended together. You know, when the bishop was arrested, how everything turned to be like, okay, now the church is over. Now everything will be closed. We won't hear about this church anymore. But in that moment, little did they know that this is where the more children of God will be born. And as well, the how I saw the church, Psalm 91 church, and the wheat, it's like blending together because Jesus also died on the cross. He was the Son of Man. But then through his sacrifice on the cross, we became now children of God. So this is one of the highlights and what I took for myself, that everything that God purposes, it will come to pass, irrespective of how many opposition will take place. Everything that if God said this will be done, indeed it will be done. So the church and the creed, it was one thing that stood out for me. Yes.
Just one question. Did you come back the same?
No.
PJ and Tali, they were all the way together with these 5.
Yes.
They represented South Africa, prayer requests, but also they were with the winners.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Good afternoon, Miss Marcia, Miss T. Good to be back here, repping the VYG fam.
Good afternoon, Woman to Woman family. We are part of this family already. The VYG family and Woman to Woman, we are all together as one.
That's what's up. It's not a takeover, but it is a moment to be able to reminisce and share our best moments in our last visit to São Paulo, to Brazil, at the Temple of Solomon. This one was even more special because we had this privilege of having the VYG fam with us.
It was amazing. The 5 girls, as you heard, the experience as well. They were just so, how can I say, balanced. You know, they knew how to behave in the different circumstances. We had fun, but we also had deep lessons, profound lessons. And the food was amazing. I think we can't.
Everybody talks about the food.
Of course, it's all about the food as well. Especially in the VYG, we always talk about food.
We love food in the VYG. It's a VYG thing.
Exactly, and it was special going to the temple, but even more special going with them, because indeed we were family. Although it was the second time we met, because we met first time in the event when they won. It was the second time we met, but it was so natural. We were so together. We were so free with each other. They were so free with each other. And that goes to show that we are what we preach. We are indeed together as one.
Yeah, that's what's up. For me, it was special because we got to see their trajectory, their journey towards achieving it. They're all, as they're sharing today, their different challenges, the hardships for them to be able to achieve this. For me, it was so special how Tseho was nowhere close to winning, and at that last minute, her perseverance paid off. It was the girls from Pretoria, how they just last minute, came up with something, and until the last moment, they were striving for it, how perseverance paid off, how Kananelo's reaction was, how she was in disbelief when when we were announcing that Bloemfontein had won. And I feel like they were also deserving of it, not just deserving because of who they are, definitely that too, but also how their perseverance paid off. They had that drive for it.
During the trip, we got to hear details we didn't know, we had no idea what they went through to be there on the day, to make it for the competition. And even after the competition, there was that moment, are we going, are you not going? Then there was a date and it was postponed, and then it was postponed again. And it was that mix of emotions, I believe, but it's not happening until that day, until we met at the airport. I think that's when the penny really dropped, that we are going, like the VYG is really going to another level. The very first time that we had an international trip, I hope not the last, of course not, we already announced that there will be another one, but the first one is always special.
Certainly. For me, there were so many things, but just being there as their coordinator, I was like, they represented us very well.
Every time we would look at them, I would have the thought, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of being part of this family.
Yeah, that's it. That's my highlight. I believe there's a lot to talk. I think it's best when it comes from them. But yeah, that's my part.
Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you very much. There is no stopping us.
Thank you, PJ. Toko, let us give them the secret. We promised the secret right in the beginning.
Yeah, the secret, if you noticed, if you were paying attention, you will see that each and every one of them faced challenges right from the beginning of the competition. Then preparations, phone broke, no network, it hurt the ankle, it's this and that. But you notice one thing, prayer never missed in their language. When they were speaking, they always say, but I prayed. Even if the prayer was not like kneeling down at that moment, but I made that prayer. Oh God, you remember even when they say that our skipping ropes, most of them were not appealing to other people. They were not beautiful, but we prayed, God. I like the grandmother. Oh, yeah. Granny, I love you. I don't know if she understands me. What language does she speak?
Zulu.
Zulu.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so, you see the grandmother was praying as well. God was in the equation. That was the most important thing, because most of the time when we go through challenges or difficult moments, we tend to put God aside. We want to do things with our own strength. Then when we feel like we are failing, that's when we bring God in the equation. So you see, there was trust in God. There was fasting. There was prayer. They never did things with their own strength. They always put God first. So that is why God answered them, actually, because even when they were participating in the competition, most of them would pray, my God, please. And you know, when you ask something for the glory of God, God will honor, because he knows that it is for his glory. He doesn't honor anything that has nothing to do with him, because at the end of the day, whatever we ask from him, we have to take back the glory and the honor to him. And I believe that is why God answered them. And the other thing that I wanted to point out is like them going to Brazil, to the temple there, it is good for them to see different kinds of cultures. Cultures are different. When I was doing a certain course, we were taught that cultures are different and we have to respect each and every culture. So you see the culture there, you saw that it's different. That's why we said you are Africans. Africa is different as well. Even in Africa, the continent of Africa, you go to Kenya, things are different than South Africa. You go to Zim, you go to Botswana, you go to Namibia. You've been there, Mrs. M. Yeah, you go to Zambia. There might be differences because we are different, but Africans are all the same in certain areas of their lives. So this, I think it has taught you as well to know about other people's culture, because it's very important. Because when you don't know about somebody's culture, it's easy for you to judge them, isn't it? Yes. Yeah.
And I think we proved the point that God is the one who gives power to the weak and gives might and strength to those who need. True. So we are going to ask PJ to pray for us and to come to the end of our today's show. You learned the secret to overcome against it all.
All right, fam. So let's have this moment of prayer. My Lord and my Father, we pray for each and every person who is participating of this program, whether live or the recording later on, who are going through so many challenges, who at every instance, at every situation, they feel like a loss. They have already told themselves, I'm going to take this L because winning is not for me. They're completely demotivated. They don't even try something new because in their minds, winning is just not for them. I ask you to help them right now. Those whose self-esteem is on an all-time low, those who have just given up on trying, even as a simple competition as this one, which we had, and many others we have in the VYG, our essence is winning, winning for your glory, winning to represent you well. So I ask that you help those who feel like losers, who instead of taking the lesson of their loss, of their failures, they simply take it for themselves. Help them right now. Remind them, Lord, that you are a God of victories, and this victory you want to give to them. I pray for each and every young person, each and every parent who will share this link for their own teenagers, for their own children, to be part of something great in their lives. Reach them out. I pray in Jesus' name, amen.
And on high notes, we come to the end of Woman to Woman, proving to you that you can overcome your problems. As for you girls, thank you very much. God bless you all in all your plans and for the future. Thank you, PJ and Tali.
Yes.
Until next week, bye-bye.
Bye.
The first step to healing is simply reaching out. If you or someone you know needs support, email woman2woman@uckg.org.za or call 0800 330 320. Our toll-free helpline offers confidential, non-judgmental support.